Sagittarius, love, relationship, singles. This is for you. Somebody is coming toward you if you're open to receiving it. And this is for the month of May, the 12th to the 31st. So stick around to the end because it gets good. And let's talk about your reading. I already did it. I already recorded it. So let's get into it. And don't forget to leave a thumbs up if you like it. Thanks. Alright, Sagittarius singles, 12th of May to the 31st, 2020. Let's talk about your single life. What's happening, what has happened, what might happen. We don't know. Let's see what the cards say. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. It definitely helps me out to circulate this video on YouTube. Leave a comment. Let me know how things are going. And we're going to get right to this. A side note, if you hear any squeaky noises, it's my 100-plus-year-old farmhouse that is just very squeaky and groans and moans a lot. So I apologize, but let's get started. So we're going to talk about first what you are thinking about, what's on your mind. Oh, this came out for Leo. You have the moon, but I don't always do cards in reverse in these types of readings because it's a video and it's really hard to get in-depth and personal. And but anyway, I feel like this needs to be in reverse. I feel like Sagittarius, this is really about the inability to see things clearly, or you are missing something, you're not seeing something, or somebody has convinced you of something that isn't the truth. So, but we'll see. Let's see what comes out. What are you feeling? Six of Cups. It's crazy. That came out for Leo also, but in a different position. So this is that element of nostalgia, looking back at something. This could be family. This could be a partner. This could be a divorce and a separation. And this could be looking back at the good times and not just thinking about the bad times. And what are you missing, not seeing? What is it you need to know? Let's see. You have the King of Swords. So we're going to get into all this here in just a few minutes, but I want to make sure all the cards fit in here. I'm going to focus out just a bit so we can make sure it all gets in. All right. So now, in your recent past, Sagittarius, let's see what we get for your recent past. You have the Nine of Pentacles. So I think this is you carrying some memories and thinking about the past. I think you've been single a while, and you know, but we're going to see what's in your near future. The Three of Wands. Okay. In the bottom of the deck, the King of Pentacles. And then we're going to clarify these. So the Nine of Pentacles, in your past, your recent past, and I feel like you're still very much connected to the meaning of this card right now. This Nine of Pentacles to me talks about some kind of inheritance or some kind of nest egg or some kind of thing that has been sustaining you for some time. And I feel like you just have been in this energy for a while, and you're kind of riding things out right now in this kind of crazy world we're living in. And I feel like you're just in a good place. But I think that on your mind a lot is just not really seeing the big picture about something. Maybe you're just not believing that you're meant for somebody, and I feel like you're just ignoring your intuition. You're really ignoring what it is you know, and that there is somebody out there for you. I just feel like you have been sitting in this energy for so long, comfortable, and you just kind of think that, you know, I'm best by myself, but you do have that longing, that feeling for family, looking back at family and youth and those types of things. And so I think being the way things are right now, you're thinking about that a lot. You're really feeling that is something you very much have a longing for. And then you have in your near future the Three of Wands. And this is, I always go intuitively first before I go, to the face value meaning. But I feel like this just represents your ability to go it alone and just to continue to be okay with that and to not question what you're doing at the time. But I also think this kind of tells me you're keeping your heart and your mind open and you're still looking. And then we're going to talk about this King of Swords. So, King of Swords. Well, you may have somebody that is in your life that maybe has been trying to tell you something. Maybe they're trying to get a point across to you. Or maybe you have somebody that has some interest in you, but you're just not seeing that clearly, and you're not acknowledging that. You might not even really know it because the moon's in reverse, and you might not be picking up on it. But whoever it is that's in your midst, and it could be an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. It really could just represent male or female, but somebody who is also a lot like you, okay alone, going it alone. And I think they see that in you, and I think that kind of gives them the the feeling that makes you two compatible. You have the Knight of Pentacles and the overall on this, and this is just about that slow movement. Things aren't really changing, but they're continuing in the direction unchanged and without interference. So we're going to clarify a couple things because this just feels, Sagittarius, just very like a continuing story from the past to the present and probably very much to the future. But you do have this person here, I think, that has a desire to connect with you. And that's what I want to clarify the most, Sagittarius, is this card, King of Swords, Page of Wands. So they very much want to come toward you. They I think maybe are hesitant, but they do. And I think that if you can give out the energy of being a little bit more open to them, and if you're receptive to this person, you'll know who it is if you just take a minute. And you might not even have to take a minute to think about it, but if you're open to it, it's going to come toward you. They will come toward you. I feel like the Three of Wands is just this pause, though. And then I want to know a little bit more about this, because it's like being comfortable, being you, where you're at, but still looking and wondering and maybe even waiting for that person to come through in your life, the Star. So you do probably think about it. You probably have wished about it and thought about it. It would be nice to have a helper, or nice to have a companion, somebody to help with the day-to-day mundane things, but also to share all the good things with. So you probably, we manifest whether we realize it or not. Our thoughts are continually manifesting things in our life. And so I think this could represent maybe a subconscious manifestation, because you do have this desire to, not be alone by yourself all the time. And I think you're opening up to that. But this these thoughts and feelings that maybe you aren't totally consciously aware of, and again, the moon's in reverse here, is probably manifesting some of this or helping to manifest it. And so this is, to me, about being aware. This card wanted to come out, and you have the Emperor. Okay, so the Emperor is like, the Emperor is very much, he's the King of Kings, and he is like the ruler of all. And this is you being the ruler of your domain, the ruler of your life. You are in control, and you very much know that. But you still, you could have everything and still feel like you're missing something. And so I think that this is you maybe being receptive to this person. And I think they do, if you allow it and if you want it only, it will come your way. And I think you just have to be, just the idea of being more open to it is probably enough to trigger them to come in your direction at some point. And the Page of Wands is here, so they very much may be coming toward you by the end of this month, if you are open to it and wanting to receive that. We have the Fool right here. So again, this is in the near future, so this is a new beginning. And I think this is you being willing to pursue that if, if you're going to be indeed open to that. And we had the Knight of Cups that was incidentally going to pop out in the Page of Cups. So I'm going to take those and we're going to put them here, because the Knight of Cups is about you going toward that person, and the Page of Cups is about this communication, and this might just be friendly communication at first, but underneath that friendly intention of you is you kind of holding your heart close to you and wanting to kind of open up and explore this with this person. So Sagittarius, I think you do move forward by the end of May, if not early June, toward this person. The energy of just being open and feeling open to this person is going to help move this along and trigger this, if that's what you want. We're going to pull one of these, and then we're going to end this. And again, I'm going to say, leave me a thumbs up or a comment. Let me know what's going on. You know, it helps me out. It helps the video circulate when you do that. And of course, if you want to hear more, please do subscribe, and you will hear more from me if you wish. So here's the card we are going to pull, and I'm a little nervous. Oh man, here we go. Are you ready? Clean it up. Okay, so it's not a big deal. I think this is you really, and my cat is being terrible here. Get out of here. I think this is you. You know, I think you have cleaned it up, and I think that you still feel like, you know, if you get involved with somebody, there's some things that you might want to feel like you got to tidy up, but don't be so overly concerned that you feel like you got to just have everything in the perfect place, because I feel like this person is going to appreciate you for who you are. And I do feel like, though, that you might overdo it, but it is nice to have all your affairs in order. If you're moving into approaching somebody or have a love interest, it's nice to have all your ducks in a row and your house in order and all your unfinished business taken care of. And so I think this might just point to that. Make sure your unfinished business there is indeed taken care of. So Sagittarius, that's what I have for you. Like the video, subscribe, leave a comment if you wish. And until the next time, I will talk to you again later this month. Thank you.